मतलब ये असली जीत नहीं है।
It is a massive face-off between the TRS and the BJP over the Munugode Bypolls. The BJP says they will approach the Election Commission.
यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लाने का कोई और मकसद नहीं है। अब चुनाव आ गया तो मोदी जी और उनकी सरकार ने ऐलान किया कि गुजरात में भी एक कमेटी बनाई जाएगी।
Ahead of the elections, a huge political fight of the Uniform Civil Code escalates. The BJP says will work on the UCC, opposition calling this a poll gimmick. Battle for Gujarat also heats up. The Prime Minister is in Gujarat leading the campaign for the party.
ढेर सारा पैसा आया, कितना था अंदर वो पता नहीं, लेकिन ढेर सारा पैसा आया। तो मैंने पूछ लिया कहाँ से आया, तो इशारों में कह दिया कि ऐसे हम लेके आए।
It's a massive election controversy from Gujarat. The former AAP leader Indranil Rajguru says he saw a lot of money coming in while he was in the AAP.
What is the link of the Khalistan in that entire case? How the ISI is backed, sir? Sir, please.
And the banned radical outfit supports Sudhir Suri's murder accused, but the Amritsar CP is silent on the ISI and the Khalistan link. A very good evening. The show's called The Burning Question and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva with you. This was a big litmus test today for all political parties. Whether it's the ruling BJP, it is the opposition that says the BJP is losing steam, and a clear bellwether come 2024. And the results are out. The results of these bypolls on the 7 seats in 6 seats now is out. The BJP has backed victory in 4 out of these 7 seats. So is it BJP versus all now? Where does the opposition really stand? The opposition, remember, a lot of people like a Nitish Kumar, like a KCR, like an MK Stalin, they all are harboring prime ministerial ambitions. And what about the Congress? You have a Bharat Jodo Yatra that is underway, but how has the Congress fared? Is the BJP still the #1 ruling party in the country? Let's quickly put out all the reactions and the results so far, and then we debate.
The results of bypolls for seats across states of Maharashtra, Haryana, Bihar, Telangana, Odisha and Uttar Pradesh are in. Of the 7 seats, the BJP triumphed in 4, lost by a small margin in 1 and never even contested in another seat. Now the BJP is celebrating. In Munugode, where it was a close contest, this is what the BJP had to say.
उतना टेरराइज करके कम्युनिस्ट वालों को खरीद के इलेक्शन में थोड़ा मार्जिन से जीता। इसका मतलब ये असली जीत नहीं है। असली जीत जिस दिन मैं रिजाइन करा उस दिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी में इतना लोग ज्वाइन हुआ, और जिस दिन केसीआर ने 100 एमएलए को हर गांव में भेजा, उसी दिन एथिकली मुनुगोड पीपल जीता, मैं भी जीता।
On the Andheri East seat, where the BJP had withdrawn its candidate, this is what the BJP claims.
मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि सबसे खराब में खराब परिस्थिति ये महाविकास आघाड़ी की इस अंधेरी पूर्व विधानसभा में हुई है, क्योंकि 1,90,000 लोग जो वोटिंग करने नहीं गए, तो उनका जो महाविकास आघाड़ी का जो वोट है वो उनको नहीं मिला है। महाविकास आघाड़ी हवे में है, जमीन पे नहीं है।
Meanwhile, the RJD swung it in one of the 2 seats that went to polls in Bihar.
केवल सिंपैथी फैक्टर होने के बावजूद भी 1700 वोट से ही हमारी गोपालगंज में हार हुई है। यानी जनता जो है गोपालगंज की, जो बीजेपी का जो कोर वोटर है, वो कहीं ना कहीं से जो लोग क्लेम करते थे कि फलना जो है हमारा ही वोटर है, उस पे महागठबंधन के लोगों ने सेंध मारने का काम किया है।
The BJP has managed to retain strongholds. The Satraps maintain a hold in key strongholds. The regional players are delivering a tough fight. Could the Bypoll indicate the direction of the winds for 2024? Let's debate.
So is it all the more becoming BJP versus all now? Where is the opposition? Where is particularly the Congress? I think these are a lot many questions that we'll try to have answers to over the next 30 minutes as we are looking at our entire panel of guests joining in. But before I introduce all of them, I quickly want to tell our viewers, the BJP has won 4 out of these 7 seats. 1 has gone to the TRS, 1 to the Shiv Sena, 1 to the RJD. And as I said, the BJP continues to be the party number 1. But the real question, Charu Pragya, is going to be, it's going to be BJP versus who? Or is it going to be BJP versus all? I say good evening to Charu, who's representing the BJP on the panel. Suresh is a political analyst joining us on the broadcast from Hyderabad. Devender Pai is also a political analyst on the broadcast, along with Ravalu Sridhar Reddy, leader of the TRS. Anirban is also a political analyst, and I think we'll also just have Kapil Madan joining us in a bit. Quickly, I want to go to Mr. Reddy first, leader of the TRS. Now, Mr. Reddy, you've won your seat, but the point is the BJP is getting inside your territory, and you are very well reading the signs of that entire entry of the BJP into your state, KCR's bastion.
In fact, I wanted to correct you. We have not won our seat. We have won a seat of Congress party, wherein the Congress MLA resigned to Congress and joined Bharatiya Janata Party on an offer of rupees 18,000 crores contract. BJP bought him for rupees 18,000 crores contract, for which he has resigned and brought this by-election. An entire BJP top brass, right from Amit Shah to JP Nadda, and there are 4 national general secretaries camped in Munugodu along with the state entire team. We won over them. It is not an election, one election between 2 political parties. We won over entire BJP's top brass. They have necessitated rather.
But you said when the entire poaching controversy came up, you said everything is a drama. Everything is a drama because the BJP is so desperate to win. So that means you were lying, weren't you?
No, see, the issue here is they tried to poach our MLAs. They tried to lure our MLAs with an offer of 100 crores. But our MLAs were, immediately have informed the police. Those who tried to negotiate, the agents of BJP were caught, and today they are behind the bars. And all BJP's dirty tricks, got failed in Telangana. Unlike other states, their dirty tricks cannot be, done here. BJP failed here. Entire Telangana once again has proven, and they have reposed their faith.
But how will someone like a KCR? The last question, Mr. Reddy. Then I'll go to Charu Pragya. He thinks he can be a prime minister. He earlier met with Nitish Kumar, where he went to Bihar. Everyone saw that entire fracas on the stage. N number of times he was trying to, ask Nitish Kumar to sit down. Do you think a Nitish Kumar now will even listen to him, or any other regional leader will listen to KCR and make him the prime ministerial candidate now with this kind of a performance? Where you've literally just scraped through, the BJP has given you a run for your money. Admit it.
Actually, BJP lost very badly, despite having Congress support there. And that is the ground reality today. And we won with a decent majority. It was not our seat last time in 2018. Number 2, we have never declared immediately, we are not on a rush, that we have never declared that, KCR wants to be the prime minister. Even then it is. I am asking you, is it the birthright of only BJP leaders?
So are you saying KCR does not want to be the prime minister? Why has he launched a national party? I don't know. See, I obviously don't want this just to be, a story about the TRS and the BJP, Charu. But I'll allow your response and then I'll take it to our other panelists. Charu.
So,
they wanted to stop TRS. They wanted to stop.
May I come in? Last I checked, my name was Charu.
But they are already in your territory. They won the earlier 2 bypolls.
Yes.
They came into the municipal corporation there.
They have only
Yes,
few
Charu.
seats. They won few seats, but the Hyderabad
you know,
mayor is a
in a
BJP
very
candidate.
gentle reminder, I want to talk about history. There was a time when a party which called itself TDP, Telugu Desam Party, said it wants to become a national party. It started calling itself the Bharat Desham Party. The number of seats it had in parliament went down from 30 to 2. That is history. That is the truth. So when a party which is regional in its thinking and regional in its aspirations tries to go national, this is what happens. Their vision is extremely limited, and forget about even going national. Their vision is so limited, even when it comes to their state, because they are not able to see beyond themselves. And the truth will be there for everyone to see as soon as next elections roll around. And I want to remind you of that massive stage in 2018 when an opposition CM took oath and every single opposition leader stood on that stage holding hands in a show of unity. And what happened in 2019 elections? Modi ji and BJP won with a never before seen margin with 303 seats in our parliament. That's exactly what is going to happen. Let the
but
time
you know,
come.
Charu, I want to ask you this. Charu, before I take it to our panelist, I think Anirban also wants to come in, Charu, but let me ask you this question. And Kapila also, I see him now on the screens. But Charu, are you getting overconfident? Because at the end of it, the other way to look at these results is to say that these were just Bypolls. One second, Mr. Reddy. Let me ask Charu a question.
So,
what about
not
issues
at all.
of unemployment? What about issues of the farmer? What about the issue of inflation? Or do you believe that Prime Minister Modi is the reason, and, you know, with the Prime Minister, you can actually brush all these issues under the carpet, Charu?
No,
Is that what you think?
No, my point of view is different. I think with the Prime Minister, we have the capacity and ability to deal with every single problem that might come our country's way. And that is only under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi that India is coping with certain problems that the rest of the world is buckling under. Maybe you need to read some global news, sir, before you come on national television and make tall claims that have no value in fact whatsoever. So, and coming back to your question about overconfidence, Deepthi, you know, the thing is that BJP says that it will win an election based on the hard work we put in, based on the groundwork we put in, based on the good intention of all our leaders, based on good governance. And that is it. And this is exactly what has been shown to us time and time again with the blessings of the people of India. Because when we go and knock on their doors and we ask for votes, we get votes and blessings. We don't treat it as a birthright like a lot of these dynastic parties do.
You say the inflation is its worst. Deepthi,
and what do you know? Do you know what is the global score?
Let's open that up. Mr. Reddy and Charu, let's open this up. Let's get in Suresh and also Anirban.
Are you aware of that? Do you know?
Suresh, you know, the story is just not limited to Hyderabad. The story is also about the opposition now. Because the opposition really needs to go back to the drawing book to figure out how will they defeat or how will they, you know, stop this juggernaut of the BJP, Suresh.
10 more seconds.
One second, Charu and Mr. Reddy, I'm just going to come back to you. Let's take opening comments from everyone. Charu, please. With your permission, Charu, please. Charu, please, I'm just going to come back to you. Suresh.
Can I just come in? I just want to correct Mr. Reddy on a couple of things. He said our MLAs, when he mentioned those 3 MLAs, for the information, they were Congress MLAs. They were elected in Congress tickets, and they actually were denied tickets in the coming assembly election. That was
but he calls them our MLAs, yes.
Yeah. And one more thing, let me tell you, Supreme Court in the hearing on Friday clearly said this entire thing is a political drama. I didn't say this, the Supreme Court said it, and the hearing is coming up on Monday. Anyway, let's leave it at that. The question that you asked about whether the opposition parties can take on Modi ji hinges on a single fact. Can they present a united face to the people of India? We have seen in the past, we have seen Chandrasekhar government, we have seen Indra Kumar Gujral government, we have seen Devagowda government. All of them didn't even exist for the complete term. That is what people are worried about. They've seen full 2 terms of Modi government coming to now, of course, to win the election. And definitely 2024, the entire thing revolves around to one single fact. Can you project a prime ministerial candidate? Because a Lok Sabha election, unlike an assembly election, is all about an individual being projected as the prime minister. And that is where BJP has got it right, because they got Narendra Modi as a face. And 2014 they did that. 2018 they did that, and 2024 they did that. Remember, they came with the slogan Abki Baar Modi Sarkar. BJP Sarkar. That is what the slogan they came with. And that is where I'm saying BJP knows how to play the game, because their election juggernaut, as you rightly mentioned, is awesome. From the do-party system to the kind of booth management that BJP has, I think very few parties. And let me come to the same thing of TRS in Telangana. Mr. KCR first is now asking God his backyard, because he'll be pinned down by the BJP in Telangana. He will not be allowed to move out. And that is where KCR is worried about, because nobody is now looking at a national picture. They are looking to save their own skins. Nitish Kumar today had
absolutely.
And definitely he's...
You know, Suresh, I think you've hit the nail on the head. This is a wake-up call, not just for a KCR Anirban, also for a Naveen Patnaik, because we've seen those results in Odisha. Also for someone like a Mamata Banerjee. You know, Mamata Banerjee has been conspicuous by her silence of late. Because she doesn't know Anirban, how will she take on the BJP's juggernaut, the Modi juggernaut?
Saying that Madam Mamata Banerjee doesn't know how to take on the juggernaut, the so-called juggernaut of the BJP, I think that is one of the very bad jokes that I've heard since the last few weeks. We have seen in 2021 exactly what happened to the so-called juggernaut. The Maha Chanakya of the BJP is yet to come back to West Bengal and claim
Anirban then become the Prime Minister? Are you telling me she does not want to be the Prime Minister come 2024?
All I'm
is she just going to be focused on West Bengal?
In the 1930s and early 1940s, I'll tell you, even in 1930s Germany, the question was Nazi party versus who, Adolf Hitler versus who. But we know what happened to the Nazi party. They are now in the history books. Therefore, I'll urge my friends from the BJP to be not so overconfident. Right now, it is the fascists versus the people of this country. It is not about 2 or 3 political parties anymore. It is on one side it is the fascists, and on the other side it is the country called India. And Mamata Banerjee has laid out the equation, the solution, the plan. Whichever party is strong. Arey sir, stop interrupting. Stop interrupting. Why are you heckling unnecessarily? I didn't interrupt.
You cannot bring in Hitler.
No, I didn't. What sorry? You are interrupting. You are telling sorry.
I would come.
Why cannot I bring in? I'll bring in Hitler.
You know, Suresh, that is the reason why you see such a result when it comes to the opposition in particular.
What's your problem?
Suresh, I think that is the reason, and people see through that plot. But Anirban, before you come in again, let's go to Kapil. Kapil?
No, let me complete.
Kapil.
Let me complete.
You know, there is Anirban, I'm just going to come to you. I want to ask that question of Kapil. Mr. Reddy, I will come back to you. Kapil, what's happening to the Congress party? It's lost its deposit. Look at what happened in Haryana. Look at what happened in Telangana. You're relegated to the number 3 position, and that when you have the Bharat Jodo Yatra that is moving through Telangana.
So let me respond, madam. Now, if you want to draw a conclusion that, you know, on the basis of the Bypoll, you're going to decide what will happen in the general elections in 2024, and you know if you're linking the Bypoll result to the prime ministerial candidate, then I'll ask you one question. In 2021, BJP lost 5 out of the 6 Bypoll, you know, that happened in 2021. Back then, you never, you know, asked this question. Now the BJP has lost whether Mr. Modi will be able to continue as a prime minister, or, you know, whether the BJP will consider replacing Mr. Modi. Now, similar thing in 2022, BJP lost Bihar Bypoll in Bohachan Assembly. In West Bengal, they've lost the Asansol Bypoll. In Maharashtra, they've lost.
See, Kapil, it is naive today, Devendra, that you have Kapil today on the broadcast sitting with a list of the BJP's losses in Bypolls. You know, is that how the Congress will be looking at winning 2024? Because, you know, Kapil, without the Congress, you cannot have a united opposition, that is clear. But today you do not want to admit that the Congress will never change, no matter what. You can have a Khadge Sahab as the party chief, Kapil, but nothing is changing. Devendra.
Now,
no other leader enjoys the same popularity or comes close to the amount of support which Mr. Narendra Modi enjoys. I think Kapil should be aware of this. The amount of love and respect which Mr. Modi commands, no other leader comes close to it at all. And, you know, there is no amount of anti-incumbency which seems to affect Prime Minister Modi. whether it is the election promise of removal of Article 370 or building a Ram Mandir, or even the infrastructure projects which are visible across the country, or even the idea of a stronger nation, the Modi government has delivered to the promises. And not just that, by the decisions made during the COVID period and dealing with it, whether it was the vaccine diplomacy or production of vaccines or even manufacturing the PPE kits, I think this has given proof enough to the people of this country that this Prime Minister can deliver. I don't think this country could have afforded Arvind Kejriwal
but Devender,
or Rahul Gandhi
why don't you respond to this,
situation.
and then I'll take it back to Suresh and Mr. Reddy. Does this mean that issues of unemployment, does this mean that issues of inflation, of farmers, of their distress do not even exist?
Absolutely not. There are issues every time, and the point which I'm trying to make is the people of this country feel that this man will deliver. Whether it is the reforms which have been brought in the agricultural sector, there are the Kisan Samman Yojanas, there has been the Kisan pension schemes which have been introduced. They have never been heard of. The point which I'm trying to make here is, over and above, whatever is happening in this country, whether it was, even demonetization or surgical strike or any other important decision, the Prime Minister's intent has never been under question. And the nation has stood by him whenever he's taken those terms.
Okay, so Kapil, the intention of the Congress party, according to Devender, is under question. People are not willing to believe you, your party and Rahul Gandhi. Is that the reason why, in spite of such pressing issues today, you have such a result? I mean, this is a lesson, I think, more than anything else for the Congress party.
Now, madam, if you want to, take the promises, whether someone will believe the promises of any political leader, then again, Mr. Modi promised 2 crores job, whether it is there, I don't know. Mr. Modi
but people, Kapil, are voting for the BJP.
No. I am just asking about
the regional satraps.
Madam, please,
but
please
people are not willing to believe the Congress.
No, allow.
Don't you see the headline?
Should we believe the so-called Achhe Din of Mr. Modi? When petrol was around 60, Mr. Modi termed those days as Bure Din, Kharab Din, and a promise. He created a narrative that if Mr. Modi will be in power, we will have Achhe Din, and it was a so-called promise that we will get petrol around 30.
Anirban, why don't you help out, Kapil? Are you willing to help out the Congress, Anirban? Will the regional satraps be willing to extend a helping hand to the Congress party? Because you people are still strong. You are still giving a fight to the BJP. Anirban.
We are not only giving a fight, we are defeating them consistently. We are not giving a fight, we are defeating them. Therefore, the TMC Supremo, Madam Mamata Banerjee, has clearly laid out a plan that every party who are strong in their own areas.
In the subsequent Vidhan Sabha elections, are you aware of that?
What is your vote percentage in 2022? Do you know that? Do you know that, madam? In 2022, what is your vote percentage? It has gone down to single digit. In the corporation elections, in the municipality elections, in the by-elections, your vote percentage has gone to single digit. You are losing your deposits.
Using fear
and violence. You are losing your deposits. What happened to the assembly election? What happened to the assembly elections, madam? What happened to the assembly elections? You don't even know how many MLAs you have. You don't even know how many MLAs you have right now.
No, are you aware
I just want to come in here, Anirban. Are you willing to help out the Congress?
You don't even have your own leaders.
Do you still believe in the Congress party? You believe the Congress, along with the entire opposition, can take on Modi come 2024, Anirban?
Deepti, can I come in, please?
No. Sir,
1 second,
madam,
Charu.
We have clearly stated that the Congress is very, very important. The position of the Congress in the entire equation of the opposition is very important. Nobody can deny that. If the opposition has to defeat the BJP, the Congress
is even losing its deposit, Anirban. How will you take on BJP in 2024? There has to be another plan ready. There has to be a plan B.
No, that is something. See, that is something the Congress will have to figure out in their own areas where they are strong. Say Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, they have to win the MP elections. But in West Bengal,
but Mr. Reddy doesn't agree with you, Mr. Reddy.
BJP in 2024,
Mr. Reddy,
the BJP will be reduced.
Is Congress your enemy number one or BJP is your enemy number one, Mr. Reddy?
See, now the nation government is run by BJP. Definitely they will be our enemy. Number one. Number two, I was listening to BJP's friend. He always says Chandrababu Naidu, all history, he failed and all that. You live in history. I feel pity for you. We have a vision for the future. And our leader not only created history, he also has created a geography. And why, just by chanting Modi, Modi mantra is not going to develop the country. What they say that we are going to go to the people with points of good governance. What were your good governance points? You failed every sector in the country. Worst inflation rate. Worst unemployment
but
rate.
Mr. Reddy, please don't have election speeches on the channel. Mr. Reddy, let's put up some data, some figures for people to know. I think it's important. Why do you say, Mr. Reddy, that KCR today is going to be really a worried man? He's going to be a worried chief minister. I'll tell you what, and Suresh can come in on that before I go back to Charu. Mr. Reddy, is it true that KCR, the chief minister, was also in charge of a small portion of this entire district of Mulugode that went to poll? Can you tell me your winning margin? In spite of the chief minister completely ensconced, Suresh, into this battle, if this is how the TRS wins,
we have defeated
shouldn't they be worried for the next state election, Suresh? Suresh and Mr. Reddy.
Can I come in, please?
Suresh.
They started, trying to poach our MLAs.
Mr. Reddy, please.
Can we have Suresh on the screen, please? Yes.
Please look at the inflation of the last month. It's the highest in Telangana. State inflation highest in Telangana. Look at the unemployment rate given by CMI. Highest in Telangana.
Across the country.
Sorry. It is not. Look at the data. You're not come prepared. You are not come prepared on the debate. I will give you the data. Sorry, Mr. Reddy. Your unemployment is the highest, second highest in India. Unemployment in Telangana is second highest in India. Petrol prices are the highest in India. Petrol prices in Telangana are highest in India. Why? Employment is company. I will give it. I think you said Gujarat is saying. You said Gujarat is saying. You're saying Gujarat is saying, is it 60 or not? I will debate that. It is succeeded. It is succeeded. Come on.
And Suresh, that is why they are worried. But Kapil, let's go back to Kapil. Let's go back to Kapil and get him also on our screens along with Charu if possible, please. Kapil, tell me something. Look at the situation in Haryana. A state that once you dominated. Look at what happened in Telangana. From the main opposition, the Congress is relegated, Charu, 1 second, to number 3. And this at a point where we are being told, and the Congress says that there is this Bharat Jodo Yatra going on that is drawing so much of participation from the common people, Kapil. Something definitely doesn't add up, Kapil, here.
Well, that is, if you talk about Bharat Jodo Yatra, I think, that is true. I mean, when do you find Mr. Modi being with the public, facing the public cameras, facing the press conferences, facing the independent media in the last 8 years? So in the last 8 years, Charu, I would appreciate Charu. I would appreciate that you.
Charu, let's give him 10 seconds to complete his point. Then I'm going to come back to you.
You're a seasoned debater. Okay. I understand Charu's anxiety because Charu will not have an answer on how many press conferences Mr. Modi has done facing the independent media,
with all the
being with the public. Now, if you talk about Bharat Jodo Yatra, Mr. Gandhi is there with the public, connecting with the masses, all sector, all people from different communities, people from different institutions, different professional backgrounds.
No, but Kapil, let's cut the chase. What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal? Is Congress still a political party, or the Congress has become an NGO? Is it still a political party? Can you tell me that?
Now, can I respond to that? Any political objective of any political party is to work for the betterment of the people. Objective of political party is not that you keep on buying and poaching MLAs, which is the hallmark and which is the innate ability of the BJP.
But do you
And
want to
we've
win the
seen what
elections?
happened
Because,
at
I don't
Karnataka.
even see that hunger in the Congress party to win an
you
election.
think that is
Kapil.
politics, then I think the definition of politics needs to be,
And you are
we all
also
need to
banking
revisit
on the
definition.
Mahagathbandhan
If-
in Bihar.
If you
I
think
don't think this is even good news for the Nitish and the Tejasvi combined, Kapil.
now,
Are you putting your
tell me
eggs in the
something.
wrong basket?
Now, for on the basis of any
couldn't make
bipolar
sense.
election, you are trying
Now
to
you
gauge
wait
the
for me
mood
to
of the
speak and
nation
then you can come back in
insofar
again,
as the
please.
entire country is concerned. I mean,
Bipolar-
this sounds little illogical and
My
irrational to
God.
me, because if I borrow your logic
So,
in
okay,
2020,
I take
given
your
the
point,
Bypolls,
Charu.
BJP have
The
lost,
next election
and
is
I
the
am
Delhi
quoting the
MCD
data.
election.
Please correct me on
The
the
next
data.
election is the Himachal Pradesh election. It is the Gujarat election, Kapil. Can you
Yes.
tell me
Can
whether
I-
the Congress wants to win these elections? Are you fighting for these elections, or you're happy with the Bharat Jodo Yatra just
Not at
going
all,
through the
not at all.
country?
Now, let me tell you, your own MLAs. Now, let me tell you.
Speak now. Kapil, you tried. Now my turn. Thank you so much. Deepti, first of all, now...
No, Charu,
Congress-
I wanted him to respond to that, Charu.
He has no response.
Charu,
to
you
that,
can't
Deepti.
take away Kapil's airtime like that, please. Give him 5 seconds to respond.
Let's be
No,
lenient on
Kapil
him
wants to
because
duck
he
that
doesn't
question.
have a response.
Kapil,
He doesn't
MCD
have a
elections,
response. Let's be
Gujarat
lenient on him.
elections, Himachal elections. What will happen, Kapil?
Now, I'll give you in short
Let's be
pointers.
nice to him.
In Himachal, we saw how Mr. Modi is intervening and speaking to your own MLAs, requesting him not to contest. So that is the state of the crisis within the
I am
BJP.
sorry, that was not even the question that was posed to you, Kapil. Come on, you're smarter than that.
I don't know. It's there in the
You're smarter
report.
than
It's
that.
there in the.
Okay, so
there are
Deepti, you know
reports,
what?
Charu.
Kindness is to
There-
not
there
let
are.
him
I know,
reply.
Charu.
And
It
it
is
is my
little
turn now.
inconvenient
Can
for
I
you to
please get 30
hear
seconds?
these.
No, it's very convenient for me
Okay,
when you speak
the
because you
last
only
10
expose
seconds.
the
The last
Congress
10
party.
seconds I want to give to
So-
Charu, Kapil.
Yeah, thank you. Deepti, so first of all, I think Rahul Gandhi ji should consider a career in becoming a marathoner or a travel agent because he's interested in everything except politics. He's interested in everything except campaigning in states where elections are around the corner. So you see his very smart route across India where he skips every single state where elections are around the corner because he knows whether he goes or he doesn't go, he will not leave a mark.
Whereas our
And
Prime
it is
Minister-
better he doesn't go and he avoid it altogether. And
Yeah.
I pity Kapil that he has to defend a stand like that. As for the other states, especially TMC,
But
you need to
Charu,
be afraid
the
because
truth is
we have
also
gained
that it
more than
helps the
30%
BJP when
vote
you
share.
have a BJP versus a Congress fight. The real problem for the BJP is where you are confronted with regional satraps. That is still an issue that the BJP needs to deal with. Only for want of time, and apologies to Anirban who's been wanting to come in to the debate. But for want of time, gentlemen, all gentlemen and Charu, thank you so much for participating in this discussion. But the politics doesn't end here. Remember, there is a lot of politics right now being played also ahead of the upcoming elections in the state of Himachal. First, it was Uttarakhand. Before the elections, we were told that a committee is being formed and they will look at the implementation of the UCC. Likewise in Gujarat and now likewise in Himachal. In Himachal, you have the Chief Minister who's spoken about it. The BJP National President, while he was putting forward the election manifesto, says much the same. He says, vote the BJP back to power, we'll get the UCC. OVC sees red here. He's questioning the timing. So does the Congress party. Let's put together the entire story and then we debate.
With 6 days to go, the race for Himachal Pradesh is only intensifying. From creation of job opportunities to women's rights, all parties are now swinging into action mode.
हमने इसको गंभीरता से विचार किया है और हम उस दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। हमने इसका ड्राफ्ट बनाने के लिए भी बोल दिया है और हिमाचल के संदर्भ में क्या-क्या चीजें उसमें की जा सकती है उस दिशा में हम आज नहीं हमने पहले दिन से काफी पहले इस बात को लेकर के हमने जिक्र किया कि हम उस दिशा में आगे बढ़ेंगे।
The statement by Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur sparked a fresh row. And 3 days later, UCC has become the focus once again with BJP releasing its manifesto for Himachal polls. With UCC implementation and Waqf property scrutiny topping the list, the manifesto has now whipped up a massive political storm.
just before the election, a few days before the election, they are announcing it to implement this UCC. What is UCC? Whether UCC can set right the arthik sthiti of the country, whether it is a jadoo ka danda, what is this? What benefit people will get out of it? It is nothing, it is just politics, and they think that they can get power again through UCC.
आप जागते हैं चुनाव के वक्त में, बोलते हैं राज नहीं रिवाज बदलेंगे। साहब, राज भी बदलेगा और रिवाज भी बदलेगा। ये जो 5वें वर्ष में आकर के आप जागते हैं ना, चाहे गुजरात हो चाहे हिमाचल हो, जनता आपके मनसा वाचा कर्मणा से वाकिफ है।
But even as politics continue, Home Minister Amit Shah set the record straight on UCC.
70 साल से देश की जनता, हमारे देश की मुस्लिम बेटियां, माताएं मांग करती थी कि ट्रिपल तलाक को हटा दिया जाए। मुझे बताओ, हटाना चाहिए या नहीं हटाना चाहिए? मगर कांग्रेस पार्टी वोट बैंक की लालच में नहीं हटाती थी। मैं आपको कहकर जाता हूं, हिमाचल में जयराम ठाकुर की सरकार ला दो, हिमाचल में कॉमन सिविल कोड लागू हो जाएगा, यहाँ कोई नहीं रोक सकता।
यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लाने का कोई और मकसद नहीं है। अब चुनाव आ गया तो मोदी जी और उनकी सरकार ने ऐलान किया कि गुजरात में भी एक कमेटी बनाई जाएगी। मेरे अजीज दोस्तों और बुजुर्गों, मोदी जी ने कह दिया यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड, तो दिल्ली का केजरीवाल भी बोल रहा कि हाँ यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड। इन दोनों का यूनिफॉर्म एक ही है। तुम लोकसभा जीतो, मैं असेंबली जीतता हूं।
But Uttarakhand first, then Gujarat, and now Himachal Pradesh. The question remains, will UCC in India be a reality or remain a mere poll promise? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So how serious is the entire promise of the UCC, and is the timing suspicious? I once again want to say good evening to Charu, who continues to stay with us, along with Deshrata Nigam, who's an advocate at the Supreme Court. Also Kamru Chaudhary is leader of the Congress party, joining us in the broadcast from Kolkata. And Hakeem Rizwan Elahi is a political activist, and I'm told he supports the Aam Aadmi Party. First to you, Charu. Why only now? You know, in Gujarat, you had a government for 27 years. 27 years. At the end of those 27 years, on the eve of elections, you tell us that we are making a committee. In Uttarakhand, you did the same. You make a committee. What happened after the elections? No one knows. So is this the same modus operandi that's being implemented now in Himachal because you want to consolidate your Hindu votes?
Not at all. And I think a little revision is important right now. So since the inception of Bharatiya Janata Party, Uniform Civil Code has been at the top of our priorities. Of course, we have to wait for a conducive time nationally to make it applicable. That being said, it has always been in discussion.
When will that happen? Charu. As I said, Republic is not the platform for any speech by any neta of any political party. We'll ask you straight questions because people are saying, and opposition particularly, Charu, they are saying you're not serious. You speak about this because you are now really jittery about your situation in Himachal. Congress is giving you a tough fight. So to consolidate your Hindu votes, you have spoken of the UCC.
No. And Uniform Civil Code is not to consolidate Hindu votes. It is a means of progress for our nation as a whole, and it should have been done long back. It should not have taken this long. But the fact is that with Modi ji heading our nation today, being the Prime Minister of our country today, I think now the time is ripe for us to talk about Uniform Civil Code in all the states, culminate it in the center, and make sure that it is applied as soon as possible. See, when we talk of especially women empowerment, so many issues, all of that remains only talk without Uniform Civil Code. Just 2 days back, I was reading a piece of news about a High Court passing an order saying that the marriage of a 15-year-old child stands to be legal as per Sharia law, and the court can't do anything. According to them, Sharia law overrides the rest of the laws in the country. And
Charu, then why wait for the elections? The intentions are good. It's a part of your manifesto. But why wait till elections? And do you remember what the Law Commission actually spoke about this? Why hasn't the centre rolled this out? Who's stopping the centre?
The center has already made a very strong statement about it. Our position on the Uniform Civil Code remains clear. Our Law Minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, had spoken about it just as short as last month. And my issue is that you cannot point this out to elections at all, because we always have elections. When the consensus builds from the ground level up, and it goes up to the national level, and today we are in a position to fix it. I think this is the next area of focus for our government. Like we have fulfilled.
No. I want Mr. Chaudhary to come in, and I want to put this fact out, Charu. I want to put this fact out. This is what the Law Commission said in 2018. What the Law Commission said in 2018, that the Uniform Civil Code is neither necessary nor desirable at this stage. Mr. Chaudhary.
Yeah. Well, let me come in. Okay, fine. The debate of the Uniform Civil Code might be a necessity. I'm not denying the fact about it. Now, the BJP as a political party is trying to capitalize on a particular division in the society.
So I'm glad he at least agrees that it is needed.
Let me tell you. I'm speaking here. Ms. Charu, if you continue blabbering out here while I'm speaking, it's better you continue speaking. Now, what the main point that I want to put out here,
you can use parliamentary
BJP as a political party cannot decide on a particular policy.
Let's watch our language, please.
Again,
Mr. Chaudhary and Charu, please. It's a very serious discussion. Let's please stick to facts. It's not about making it personal. Mr. Chaudhary, does the Congress party in principle
BJP
support
as a
the
political
UCC?
party cannot decide on any particular policy without targeting the Muslim community of the country. They have brought in the UCC, they have brought in the population control bill, they have brought in the CAA, they are bringing in the Waqf property disputes. Now, you as a news medium, as a responsible news medium of the country, may I ask you one simple question? Why is there no debate on equality with regards to the Hindu United Family? What's the status of the Nitakshara law? What's the status of the Dayabaga law? What is the status of the Naga customary laws? What is the status of the Meghalaya matriarchal society? Listen.
The fact is, people who are afraid of UCC today are only those people who believe in the politics of appeasement.
Of religious identities.
You believe in pseudo-secularism and politics of appeasement.
United.
No, but that's the problem, no, Mr. Chaudhary. That's the problem, that every political party wants to circumvent the real issues. Because Deshratar Nigam, what every political party will do is that, the Congress also believes that the minority there is a vote bank. So you take them for granted. But then there will be questions also asked to the BJP, Mr. Nigam, of the timing. What happened in Uttarakhand? You formed a committee. What happened after that? In Gujarat, you've been in power for 27 years. What were you doing? In Himachal, you've been in power for one full term. What did you do?
Deepthi, in fact, I've always believed that UCC is the need of this country. It is an indication of modern progressive nation, but it is not to be rushed through. Since elections are there, it is absolutely necessary in a democracy that you take this issue to the people and once again get a mandate from the people. And that's a wonderful thing about democracy.
You think it's
once
being
an issue
rushed?
is taken to the,
Mr. Nigam, do you believe in what the BJP says about the UCC?
No. What I am saying is, when a committee is formed, it looks into the matter afresh and tries to take all the latest data and inputs from various people. Even Supreme Court bench on Friday, on 30th September, of Justice UU Lalit and Justice JB Pardiwala clearly said that the Law Commission's recommendation is based on a previous judgment of which the Supreme Court has doubted that particular judgment. And they say the foundation of the Law Commission recommendation is based on a very shaky ground. So this was the observation of the Supreme Court bench about this Law Commission's report. Law Commission's reports are recommendatory, they are not binding. And therefore, Supreme Court ultimately on this made an observation in a court while hearing a petition on UCC. No, because it is not to be rushed. That's what I am saying. There's so much diversity, but at the same time, that diversity has to be harmonized. And the interpretation of the constitution along with the UCC has to be taken place, because section article 44 is clear about it. Article 44 is quite clear about it. The constitution
Mr. Chaudhary is countering you, then I'll get in Hakeem Rizwan Elahi also. Mr. Chaudhary.
Please allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
One thing, Mr. Nigam, I agree with whatever you are saying. Now, just one quick pointer, sir. 10 seconds, sir. Mr. Nigam, I respect you as a a very senior learned advocate. My only one simple thing. Whatever you are suggesting is not out of context, very much in context. Maybe we need the UCC. We cannot deny this. But then, do you agree that India is not a homogeneous society as of now? It is a heterogeneous society made up of diverse cultures, religious beliefs and customs. Like you take the Naga customary laws, like you take the Meghalaya matriarchal laws out there. Now, how do you amalgate everything? What is happening right now?
But then, Mr. Chaudhary, are you saying that this is still not the right time for the UCC? Will you continue with your appeasement? Mr. Chaudhary, what is the official stand of the Congress party, sir?
This is not a question of appeasement. That's the difference. What you people, you have not learned. What are the laws of the country? What are the
No, I don't know what is this you people.
Can I go and say
I want to know what is the official stand of the Congress party for UCC. Are you for it? Are you against it?
Can Nigam sir deny that the Mitakshara laws will be abolished? Will the Hindu undivided law be abolished? Will the Dayabaga law be abolished?
Let me answer.
It is not the case. We need to find a common ground to get into a uniform civil code. Yeah, Mr. Nigam, sir, please.
Of course, there has to be a full deliberation. But Mr. Nigam, before you come in, because I'm sure you will have a question from Hakeem Rizwan Elahi also. You lean towards the AAP, I'm told, Mr. Rizwan. Do you think it's the time for UCC?
No, I believe that Congress have always been playing, some cards when it's time, during the time of election. Why don't they impose this? Why don't they bring this law, in states where they have already formed the government, where they are, they are in power?
So your problem is only the timing, not the UCC. Am I correct?
No.
Your problem is only the timing, not the UCC per se.
Not only the timing. I want to say that India is a diverse, country. Why India is incredible? India is incredible because we have, there are different sections of people, different caste, creed, color have lived for, decades. And it's a threat to everybody. It's a threat to, our diverse nature, to incredible India. So I want to ask why BJP brings such topics when it's the time of election.
Can I come in?
But your leader, that is Arvind Kejriwal, in fact said that the Gujarat government should make a UCC, Mr. Nigam, which has the consent of all the communities. So you actually do see a wishy-washy response, Charu, and political parties are unable to take a stand when it comes to the UCC. Owaisi says, Charu Pragya, that the parties like the Aam Aadmi Party are working as your B team.
The problem with any political party today who opposes the UCC is that they are afraid. They are afraid because they have been approaching minorities merely as a vote bank and as nothing else. You look at any progressive secular country across the world. Look at any country across the world. Why is it? No, please don't interrupt me. Please don't interrupt me. Why is it? Why is it that one girl can...
Mr. Rizwan, I'm tempted to ask you one question. Why does Arvind Kejriwal in Gujarat go and speak about, the images of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh on the currency notes? Isn't that also for consolidation? He's the same chief minister who remains missing from Delhi when Delhi is dealing with, a serious air pollution crisis like this. He's campaigning in Gujarat. Are you telling me he doesn't champion appeasement? He remains silent on the issue of Bilkis Bano. He doesn't say anything when the CA is, happening, and you have that entire Shaheen Bagh protest in Delhi.
You don't need to be the spokesperson of
And you're accusing another political party of appeasement. What about you?
BJP has been claiming they have a major power of India with them. They have, they have the people with them. So what have they been doing? Rather than playing religious cards, where is our economy? Our economy is in shambles. Even Bangladesh has surpassed us on many indexes.
So the economy will actually work better if you have images of Goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh on the currency. Is that what the Aam Aadmi Party really thinks?
People of India have given mandate to Narendra Modi and BJP, but they couldn't stand on that. What did they do with that? They had promised that they will give us jobs. They had promised that they will bring development here. What have they done? Rather than hiding under the garb of saffron color, rather than playing the religious cards, they have
it's an open secret today. It's an open secret today. And Charu, I have to ask you this question again. No, Mr. Rizwan, it's an open question today that the Aam Aadmi Party is working in Gujarat to be able to cut down the votes of the Congress because, ultimately you'll benefit the BJP. The reason why there are allegations that you're working as the B team of the BJP. So I think you also need more clarity about when it comes to your ideology. What is the party's ideology? You keep shifting from wherever you're fighting the elections. In Punjab, it's different. In Delhi, it's different. In Gujarat, it becomes different. You initially fight in Himachal, then you run away, then you go back to Gujarat. You try your appeasement card, it doesn't work anywhere. But Charu Pragya, let's come back to Himachal and the issue of UCC. Now, the allegation, Charu Pragya, against the BJP is because you are sensing trouble. You are sensing difficulty in Himachal this time. There is a good amount of internal rebellion. Also, that rebellion reported in the Congress, but perhaps that's under control is what the Congress claims. But because of all these pressing issues, this is your last card. This is your last card of UCC that you're playing in Himachal. Charu Pragya.
So, Deepti, very calmly and in all seriousness, I want to say this. Every single state, we have taken UCC one level up. There is this urgent need for the understanding of UCC amongst every single citizen of this country because it has to be accepted by them. The myth which is propagated by the opposition is that you will lose the right to practice and profess your own religion in the way you want to, wherein that is far and far away from the truth. You are still free. You're still free to practice your religion in whatever.
Okay, Rizwan wants to ask you a question. Rizwan, go ahead.
Let me just finish because it is very important.
Take his question, no, Charu. Yes.
When it comes to them lying about
how many people have been prosecuted under the triple talaq bill?
So can I just finish?
What is it gets managed? What's your take on that?
Do not speak over me because it becomes very chaotic for me to speak over you. Let me finish here. So people like Rizwan, people like Mr. Owaisi are the kind of people who are comfortable with a 15-year-old child getting married. They are the kind of people who are comfortable with a girl not inheriting her father's property. They are the kind of people who are so chauvinistic that they don't feel women deserve equal footing and equality in this world at all. They are the only kind of people who oppose UCC because it serves their political agenda and that is it. Anybody who rises above political agenda
But Mr. Chaudhary and Rizwan, there is also a hard question that goes to you and then I'll get in Mr. Nigam who's been patiently waiting for his turn. Mr. Chaudhary, does the party like the Congress, parties like the AIMIM, like the AAP and many more like Samajwadi Party, TMC, do they all work on paranoia? Spread fear and panic amongst people. Tell them aisa hoga to aisa ho jayega. Is that your only counter
Absolutely.
to an issue like the UCC?
No.
Yes,
One thing.
absolutely.
Now you are bringing up a different line. Don't try to politicize the debate. You are an anchor. I believe you remain neutral in your debates. The point that you are bringing out here, there is no paranoia in it.
That's
Congress
my job. I
party
will ask you
stands for
questions.
Equality and justice.
I will ask
Congress
you
party stands
questions
for unity
because you
in diversity.
haven't been able to
We
even tell
believe
me
each and
as
every
a
part of the country
representative
has
of the
got
Congress party whether your party supports the UCC or not. Is your problem only with the timing or with the UCC per se, Mr. Chaudhary?
My question to BJP is this.
Okay, I have got a counter question for you. Ask the BJP this question. They have brought in the triple talaq bill. Can they provide the data how many people have been under the triple talaq law across the country after the criminalization of the law?
Are you against triple talaq? Are you against triple talaq or you for triple
They
talaq?
don't have an answer.
I
These
think
are
this
all
is the
political
problem, Mr.
gimmicks
Nigam, and I'll give the last 30 seconds because we need to wrap this. But Deshata Nigam, is this the problem with the opposition? There is no clarity of thought. You can't actually tell me today, point number 1, 2 and 3, why I'm against or for the UCC. But you will oppose the BJP for the sake of it. Mr. Nigam.
My question is,
Yes, absolutely.
It is not a question of opposing for the sake of it.
Mr. Nigam only, please. Rizwan.
Yeah, my question.
See, the fact is, people have to understand. People have to understand that the UCC is about human rights of the people, gender justice, gender equality, and equal rights. So that polygamy stops, halala stops, triple talaq stops, or any other evils which are prevailing in any section of our society, irrespective of any Muslim or Hindu. So many Islamic countries are ahead of us. Egypt, Turkey, Malaysia, Indonesia, they all have uniform civil code and they are ahead of us. In India, the politics has kept the various communities backward. We have to get out of this mold. We have to become a progressive nation in the International Committee of Nations, so that this petty politics has to go. And this confusion about UCC is only about politics. Otherwise, these gentlemen on the panel are very clear that in their heart they don't want women exploitation. But on the channels, because of their party stand, they give a very confused statement. So we do require a uniform civil code.
So let's bring the UCC in the country, Charu Pragya. Why wait for different state governments to have a committee? That's a fair point that Mr. Nigam makes, and only because Mr. Chaudhary was raising his hand, I will allow him the last 5 seconds only, sir. 5 seconds.
No, you don't know. You know the agenda of BJP.
It's going to be
Rizwan, your name is not Mr. Chaudhary. 1 second, please allow Mr. Chaudhary to complete his point. Rizwan, please. Mr. Chaudhary only, please.
या बेगाना शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना, ये तो या बेगाना शादी में अब्दुल्ला दीवाना वही आप आम आदमी पार्टी का हालत है भारतवर्ष में. लेकिन मेरा सवाल यहाँ पे वेरी क्लियरली, if the society needs to migrate to the next level of equality and justice, then can I suggest that the debate should not be communalized about the UCC? Can we have a healthy debate on all the ills that we need to be corrected across Hindu religion, also across Muslim religion, across any other religion that the country is there? But my last point out here, India is not a homogeneous state.
That's a good note to end the debate on, only for one of time. Only for one of time. Charu and all gentlemen, thank you so much. Will this just be an election stunt or more to this? Republic will track that story closely. I thank all of you for participating. Thank you.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The National Investigation Agency filed a charge sheet against Dawood Ibrahim, 8 Chota Shakil and 3 others associates in connection with the terrorist network and organized criminal syndicate named the D Company, accused of several terror activities in India. A terrorist linked to the LET was apprehended near Bandipora in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the terrorist was apprehended following a vehicle check near Chandragir and weapons and ammunition found being caught. Now, the terrorist further confessed to being working on the directions of a handler from Pakistan.
तराना के एक स्कूल के शिक्षक द्वारा वहां पर पढ़ने वाली बालिकाओं से एक गलत हरकत करने का मामला सामने आया था, जिस पर से तराना में तत्काल अपराध पंजीबद्ध कर उक्त आरोपी
Prime Minister Modi has visited a schedule to Gujarat ahead of the polls in the state, wherein he would be attending a meeting and a mass wedding ceremony in Bhavnagar. Now, the BJP National President JP Nadda as well as Home Minister Amit Shah would be leading the poll campaigns for the party in Himachal Pradesh, with visits scheduled to Shimla, Solan, Nagarota, Jaswantpuragar and Una. Pakistan's government has revoked the ban on the telecast of Imran Khan's speeches. Now, Pakistan's electronic media regulator, PEMRA, had earlier issued directives prohibiting any broadcast or rebroadcast of any of former Prime Minister Imran Khan's speeches. Victory on 4 seats for the BJP in the Assembly Bypolls. Celebrations galore post the results. It's a massive face-off between the TRS and the BJP over the Munugode Bypolls. The BJP says they will be approaching the Election Commission. Ahead of the elections, a huge fight over the Uniform Civil Code escalates vis-a-vis Himachal Pradesh. The BJP says will work on the UCC. The opposition says this is nothing but a poll gimmick.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
PM Modi campaigned in Himachal Pradesh ahead of the polls to be held in the state. The Prime Minister called the Congress a guarantee of corruption and nepotism and targeted the Aam Aadmi Party as the most corrupt in the guise of being imandar as he campaigned for the BJP at Solan.
सरकार का हिमाचल चुनाव बहुत खास है। खास इसलिए क्योंकि इस बार 12 नवंबर को जो वोट पड़ेंगे वो वोट सिर्फ आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए नहीं है। इस बार 12 नवंबर को पड़ने वाला एक एक वोट हिमाचल के अगले 25 साल की विकास यात्रा तय करेगा।
The National Investigation Agency